Over in the corner, Williams. That's good. And it's Miller with the assist.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Sexton against Ball. Offered a screen on Sexton. Here's Ball, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
And we knew LaMelo was talented coming into the league. What we didn't quite know was how much of an impact he would make in terms of controlling the flow of the game.
Now here is Davis. We saw him with 19 points his last out. And the rejection by Gafford.
It's been a rough quarter for him. I think patience can help. Take the shots that are there. Don't force it.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Here's Sexton. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Outside Williams. Miller against Christie. Miller the pass to Sexton. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From the wing. The rebound by LaMelo Ball.
The defense really didn't do enough to alter that shot. It's simply a miss.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Hey, Kevin. Many have predicted an all-star future for Brandon Miller. He said, I don't really read anything like that. I just focus on what I can do today. It's all about the work. That's the only way to get better. I just came in with the mindset of making my team better and being a winning player. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks a lot. And it's tied up with that one.
So much hype around Cooper Flagg. Just an all-around type of forward. Can guard and play multiple positions. I cannot wait to see his career develop.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Washington comes in for Daniel Gafford. And Rollins subbed in for Christie. And that drops, so they now lead by 1.
You just have to be more disciplined. I mean, too many fouls and free throw attempts for the opponent.
And now a developing story in the NBA. Let's now go live to Shams Charania, who is checking in with the details. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Hey, Kevin. With the trade deadline looming ahead, it's the Brooklyn Nets in transaction news. They're bringing in Miles Bridges to shore up the front court of this team. Bridges is a minutes-eating, rebound-grabbing, explosive finisher, and I'm told this club knows that a player like Bridges brings competitive edge in close games. That boosts your chances to win in crunch time.
Thanks so much for the report, Shams. That free throw good for Miller. And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the second overall pick in 23. He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Steven Adams, he's checked in front of Tacumbo. And it's Marshall in for Flagg. For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Right side, Ball. Pass to Washington. Over Claxton. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Charlotte's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. To the paint. James in the high post. Sexton against Rollins. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Well, that was a great challenge at the rim and a difficult adjustment to make.
Sexton grabs the board.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
The shot from the low post is good. Sexton's got his second bucket tonight.
and he is just an explosive athlete. Sexton not at all fazed by the contact.
Rollins against Sexton. Over in the corner, Marshall bangs home the trifecta. Marshall's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
Not the biggest fan of that shot, but he had the space to get it off, so why not?
James wide open, trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Washington with this screen on Miller. Inside, and stolen by Miller. Floats one. Here's Claxton. Mavericks with the rebound. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
The coaching staff had them prepared with a great game plan, and they went out and executed it.
Okay, with this break, let's run down the point guards, the most assists in the league in the past 10 games. Fourth, LaMelo Ball.
And obviously assists are the name of the game at the point guard position, and that's not lost on these guys. It's all about making their teammates better.
Well, they are natural catalysts. Every one of these guys brings so much to the table, and all of it gets their team going.
That free throw good for Miller. Trey Mann, he's checked in for Ball. Both free throws good for Miller. Mavericks have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Here's Rollins. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And so Sexton will bring it up for Charlotte. Adams defending. Miller outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Miller's got 12 points in the game.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Sexton against Rollins. Marshall deciding where to go with it. Fires for three. Knocks down the three ball. He's got 6.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Yeah, just going back and forth. It is really competitive out there.
Miller with a wide open look. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Here's Mann. Pass to Rollins. And here is Washington. Now, here's Marshall. 6 points for him. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Here's a look at some of the stats for him.
And he's got it going at the foul line these days. His free throw percentage looks a lot different in the last 10 games than it did earlier in the season. He's tinkered with a few things and really improved his form.
And he knocks down the first one. Marshall hits them both. 1:44 left to play in the first. Sexton the pass to Claxton. Back to Sexton. Pass to Claxton. 6 to shoot. A rebound by Washington. For Dallas, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. Mann with it. Guarded now by Sexton. And there's a foul called on Trey Mann. That is his first foul of the game. And the Hornets making a change here. Diabate's checked in. Here's Sexton. Right now, checking his stats, he's averaging over 23 points a game. Miller surveying the floor. 56 seconds left to play here in the first. They get it again. James outside. Pass to Sexton. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
And regardless, it's great effort. You love to see that kind of hustle on defense.
Shot clock at 5. Goes up again. No good off the front iron. Dallas has gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Washington sets the pick for Marshall. And the call will be against Najee Marshall. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. .24 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Outside, Sexton. There's a good screen. Adams brings the double team. Pass to Diabate. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Just 5 to shoot. Sexton for 3. Sexton can't get that one to drop. And stolen by Miller. It's a tie game in Dallas. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen here, guys, from the Mavericks.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Well, it's hard to get stops in this league with so much talent offensively. I love what they are doing right now.
They've got Washington. Christie is out there with Rollins. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Flag in at the 3. So that's who Dallas starts the second with. And that one's good by Giannis.
And you can see the growing confidence that Giannis has in that mid-range.
On the wing, Miller. Defended by Christie. The open look here for Sexton. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Sexton's got 7. A lot of give and take between these sides early.
Yeah, and both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Pass to Flag. Diabate grabs the board. And so Green will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They host the Spurs after this one. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. He gets that one.
And how about the terrific use of the crossover there to just throw the defender off balance.
Here's Rollins. No scoring in this one. Up again. And Antetokounmpo on the follow.
Instincts and anticipation. Great effort here by Giannis.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Miller outside. Outside, Sexton. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And sometimes it seems like Sexton wants to get hit on the way up. He just embraces the challenge.
On the Mavericks with some changes. Daniel Gafford's checked in for P.J. Washington. And Ball subbed in for Rollins. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Charlotte. When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and respace, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question it's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
Ah, that's terrific. First free throw is good.
It's obvious that LaMelo Ball loves making trouble for the defense. He loves to go right at guys in attacks without hesitation.
Ball hits them both. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. The Hornets with the lead. Now Miller, 12 points for him. Outside Williams. Now here's Green. Defense right on him. Over in the corner, Claxton. Shot clock at 2. Shoots over Gafford. Claxton no good.
Well, he's certainly more than capable of hitting that shot, but somehow, even with no defense, he came away empty.
Here's Ball. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And while we have a chance, how about the numbers for Miller? He's right around 17 points a night, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, with some guys, we always talk about potential. What I like about him, he comes to work every night and actually produces.
That's good from Ball. And he can't hit the second. Down low, inside, Giannis drops it in. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. The list of contenders for the three-point contest is really interesting this year. Every one of these guys is capable of going lights out in a setting like that.
Yeah, the field is almost set, and I wouldn't want to have to make a prediction. These are all fantastic shooters. It's just a matter of who gets hot on that day.
You take a look at Sexton. He's got a place in the three-point contest within his reach. I hope he makes it because I know how much this would mean to him to be a part of the event.
I mean, that's a good call, Kevin. He's the type of player that can really deliver on a stage like that. He'll be very dangerous if he ultimately gets in.
The voting is just about over, so we'll keep updating you on how it's going. Some very deserving names at the top of this year's list.
Yeah, no problems with the voting thus far. I think the fans and media have done their homework and picked the best shooters in the league.
Tim, when you think about how the game is currently being played, how hard do you think it is to defend?
It's a lot tougher than it used to be because you have much more ground to cover defensively with the number of three-point shooters that are on the floor, plus the number of guys that understand how to draw fouls.
And the league changes, don't they, in the way they officiate, so that is kind of an ever-changing way to grasp what you do on the defensive end.
Yeah, the league has tried to help defenders, give them a little bit more leeway because of how difficult it is to defend this level of skill.
And Christie drops them both. And so it's Charlotte with it. It's a three-point game. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
Well, that's a classic example of a tough road loss. If they had been at home with their crowd's energy behind them, things may have turned out differently.
And there's no question Sexton can flat out score. I mean, he feels like he can get it done from anywhere.
Christie with it. Guarded now by Sexton. They get it back.
Hornets foul. Nicholas Claxton. Second personal foul. 14 foul.
And Tim, you think about rim running centers. Daniel Gafford typifies that type of player.
Yeah, Kevin, he's a great finisher. He knows when to dive at the rim. And what you like with Gafford is that he's willing to meet you there defensively as well.
The first one falls. Gafford cans them both. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Hornets trail by 3. Miller, the pass to Claxton. Outside, Sexton. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Gafford.
And let's take a look at Giannis Antetokounmpo's numbers. A wonderful string of games he's put together here lately. First in rebounding, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact. And just going back real quick to the fact that he's tops in the league in rebounds. What a tremendous feat. What a monster he is in the paint. Clock at 4. The shot by Sexton, no good. The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far. Launches a 3. Here's Antetokounmpo. The Hornets pull it in. Sexton with it. He's got 12. Got that one up quick. Sexton's got 10 points in the quarter. And here's Ball. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Pass to Christie. Back to Ball. Over Sexton. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got the lead. Back up to 3 now for the Mavs. And I love Ball's awareness. When the mid-range J is available, he is more than happy to take it. Up top, Claxton, covered by Gafford. Miller, the pass to Claxton. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Williams finds Green. Miller, that's for 2.
Kept alive. Outside Williams. Pass to Miller. Launches it. Rebounded by Gafford.
Well, his poor shooting hasn't helped them much, but you can't point the finger solely at him for why they're behind.
Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Thanks, guys. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Guys, back to you.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, we thank you very much. Here's Ball. Following the basket by Colin Sexton. Over Sexton. It's hauled in by Claxton. Claxton's got his 5th rebound in this one. Sexton against Ball. Nobody near Williams. No good. That would have tied it. Dallas leading by 3. The drive by Ball. And Ball slams it in.
No looking back. Ball knows once he starts moving, he's got to go all the way.
Charlotte's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Paxton a screen on Ball. The kick out to Williams. Good on the triple. Williams has got 6.
Well, the defense needs to be better there. They gave way too much space.
Williams against Giannis. And the rejection by Claxton. Now here's Green. Tight defense on him. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Now let's take a second to bring up our rookie leaderboard for a glance at this year's top first-year free throw shooters. Cooper Flagg is second.
And really, he needs to continue getting to the free throw line as much as possible because he's pretty deadly once he gets there.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Haji Marshall comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Trey Mann in for Flagg. And then for Charlotte, Davis comes in for Grant Williams. And James subbed in for Miller. Here's Christie. Right side, Ball. Over Davis. Dallas again missing. Charlotte's gone 2 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the first. Sexton the pass to Green. Down low. Shoots a fader. Anthony Davis, too much size.
If Davis gets the ball there, forget about it. It's 2.
Mavericks have gone 6 of 14 shooting here in the second. And here is Ball. 23 points for him the last game against Minnesota.
But he also had an impact as a facilitator, generating offense for others.
Adams with the screen on James. Man, and Davis sends it back.
And that's what makes AD special, protecting that rim.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. And he makes the first. You know, the pregame routine is something I know you embraced, and we see that with guys like Curry and Durant. We've heard a lot about what they do. What was the most important part of your pregame regimen, Tim?
Well, you know, Kevin, for me, I was really going to be judged based on catch and shoot percentages. Can I get off threes and can I make threes? So for me, it was all about high volume three-point shooting before the game, getting comfortable from every spot on the floor where I may get a shot.
And same routine every game?
Every game, same thing, and I made sure, of course, I finished on that make.
Wow. Now, here's Sexton. He's got 16 and finished off by Davis.
Now, how many times have we seen AD run this action? He sets a screen to get open. Davis making it look so easy.
Rollins against Sexton. Here's Mann. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. There's the drive. James dishes to Sexton. To the inside. Got a piece of it. Stolen by Washington. And it's out of bounds. They say last touch by Adams. And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Victor Wembanyama and the San Antonio Spurs. And then on Monday, they'll take on Zion Williamson and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And that game against Houston, they won't have much room for error in that one. A team like this will punish mistakes, but I could see them walking away with this one.
And the Hornets making a change here. Diabate's checked in. Dallas has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Over in the corner, Marshall. It's stolen by Green. James outside. Back to Sexton. Pass to Green. James kicks to Sexton. Now here's James. Takes a three. The basket good off the assist from Sexton.
3 points.
Sexton's got 3 assists in the game. And so now a timeout called by Jason Kidd. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Different look for Dallas. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Steven Adams. Flagg comes in for Trey Mann. And Ball subbed in for Rollins. Mavericks trailed by 3. Now Flagg. He's got 6. 1:56 left in the first half of basketball. Marshall sets a screen for Ball. Pass to Marshall. Just 5 on the clock. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And when it comes to moving the ball, LaMelo is unreal. Can make any pass in the book.
Here's Diabate. And here is Green. Now Sexton. Green with a screen for Sexton. Shoots over Ball. A rebound by Washington. Dallas has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. And they take the lead. And 11 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes. Goodness.
56 seconds left in the first half. Ball, the pass to Marshall. Hooked away, and he recovers it. Fires from deep. The shot misses. They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Now, here's Green. Marshall defending. Charlotte moving it around. And Sexton has it in the corner. Shot clock at 6. Mavericks with the rebound. Ball's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Marshall. It's blocked. It's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And in a close game, blocks like that are so clutch. And that could be a real difference maker here tonight.
Picked his pocket. James way outside. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. LaMelo Ball getting it done for the Dallas Mavericks. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with them. We come back right after this.
Pleased to have you tune in. What better way to start than by checking out the contenders for the dunk contest on All-Star Weekend?
We've been talking about this contest since the season began. I don't want to talk anymore. I just want to get to it.
But the selection process builds anticipation, Shaq. You know all good entertainment needs drama.
La 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 la. I don't want to talk no more.
And time to take it back to that first half now. How about what Giannis Antetokounmpo was doing?
He's wrecking those boys in the lane. They look worn out and defeated. That's how I used to do it.
Yeah, I knew somehow you was going to bring this back to you, but I don't disagree.
And that concludes halftime. Now time to send it over to Kevin Harlan as the game's about to resume.